a sentence is a group of words. Here it should be meaningful to the given context. If it doesn't mean according to the context, then it is not a proper sentence. We have three types of sentences in English. They are simple sentence, compound sentence and complex sentences. What is your intention to use that word should be clear. That is, the sentence should be concise. Hello everyone, this is Shobita S. Aradhya, Lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Mysuru, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to you all. Do you know what we are discussing today? We are discussing how to construct a sentence. You know, to frame a sentence. How to frame that? How correct it has to be? What should be the order? If you are using verb, where it should be placed? If you are using any adverb, where it should be placed? This we are going to study today. That is construction of sentences. So, without any delay, let's start construction of sentences. In this module, we will be learning what is a sentence. Okay? Then sentence pattern in English, which are the different patterns that we follow to frame a sentence in English. Then types of sentences. Majorly we have three types of sentences. Those three types we will be discussing today. How to construct meaningful sentences. How can you construct a sentence? Framing a sentence with proper meaning is very important. That we will be learning. Then few examples of construction of sentences. All these we are going to discuss today in today's session. Now, what is a sentence? You might have learnt in your school, in your +2, that sentence is a group of words which give some meaning, right? So, according to modern English, there are few changes done. See, a sentence is a group of words. Here, it should be meaningful to the given context. If it doesn't mean according to the context, then it is not a proper sentence. So, what is a sentence? A sentence is a word or group of words. Group of words having a clear meaning. The meaning has to be very clear. Having a clear meaning in a given context. So, what context is given, according to that it has to be meaningful. That is called a sentence. See, these sentences can be with subject, predicate, subject, verb, object, or also can be a single worded sentence, like we say yes, no. All these are single word sentences, or it can be verbless sentence also. Okay, so that we are going to study now. What are these different types? So, the sentence patterns in English are subject plus verb plus object. Means here, subject means the one who is doing, we call doer. Verb is the action word in the sentence and object is the receiver. Okay. Let me state an example here. He gave him a ball, or a ball was given to him. Okay. So, here he is subject. Subject means the noun part or the pronoun part of the sentence. It can be noun or pronoun, means here naming somebody. He is known as subject. He is subject. Gave is action word. Giving is some action, right? So, gave is verb. Then whom he gave? He gave him a ball. Him is the receiver. He gave, he received. The receiver is called as object. This is one pattern in English which is commonly used. Okay. Then the other one is subject verb plus adverb. So, example for this is Anthony walks fast. Okay. Let me write it here. Anthony walks fast. Anthony is the name of a person. So, Anthony will be subject. Then, what he is doing? He walks. Walk is the verb part, means action is done. That is verb. Then how he walks is adverb. Okay. How he walks fast. So this is the adverb. Okay. So subject, verb, adverb. This is the order of subject, verb, adverb kind of sentence. So we discussed two patterns. One is subject, verb and object pattern, and the other one is subject, verb and adverb pattern. Next is verb plus object. Usually this will be imperative sentence. Come here, give that, go there. All these are the examples, like come here. Come is verb and here is the part of object. The remaining part in the sentence after verb is called as the object or predicate of a sentence. So here is object. So as I said, they will be imperative sentences, can be request or command. Those are called as imperative sentences. So example for verb object pattern of sentences: come here, sit here, go there. All these are the imperative sentences which are example for verb plus object pattern of sentences. Next, here we see is subject verb adjective. Example for subject verb adjective is she looks pretty. Let me write it here. She looks pretty. So she is subject because it is a pronoun here. So she is subject. Looks is action. So this is verb. Looks is verb and how she looks pretty. It is an adjective. This is the other pattern, that is subject verb adjective pattern of sentence. And the last one we have here is subject plus verb. Example for subject verb is here: we go, I came. Okay, such sentences are example for subject verb. We is subject, go is verb, I is subject and came is verb. So these are the patterns. Usually the sentences are framed in any one of these patterns in English. So you have to follow either of these patterns. Next we will see the types of sentences. We have three types of sentences in English. They are simple sentence, compound sentence and complex sentences. What is a simple sentence? What is a simple sentence? Any sentence which has one clause in it is called as simple sentence. Then what is compound sentence? It will be having one main clause and subordinate clause. That is known as compound sentence. And complex sentences will have more than one main clause or subordinate clause in a sentence. That is known as complex sentence. Let me repeat. You must be knowing clauses. Even clauses are group of words. There are two types of clauses: main clause and subordinate clause. Main clause will have complete meaning in that, and the subordinate clause will be depending on main clause to give complete meaning. Okay. So in a simple sentence, it will be one main clause will be there in simple sentence. In a compound sentence, there will be one main clause and one subordinate clause. Whereas in complex sentence, there can be more than one main clause or subordinate clause. Then it is called as complex sentence. So these are the three types of sentences in English which we find usually. How to construct a meaningful sentence? Here are some tips to you people. That is, write concise sentence. Concise means what you intend to tell. Only those many words are enough. Don't add too many information in one sentence. Okay, it has to be concise. What is your intention to use that word should be clear. That is, the sentence should be concise. Then write clear sentence. So the order should be proper. The word order in a sentence should be proper and it should be clear. If you want to call somebody here, it should be clear. Please come here or go there, do this work for me. Whatever you are saying, it can be any type of sentence, exclamatory, imperative or any kind of sentence. It should be clear what you are framing, why you are framing, that should be clear. Then avoid vague or unnecessary words. Sometimes we use articles or prepositions unwantedly, which are not necessary at all. Unnecessary words are used there. Those should be avoided. That is known as avoid vague and unnecessary words. Most of the times we use articles a and the unnecessarily, and also prepositions where it is not necessary, and we take help of the words such as so, but, and. These should be avoided. You have to be very clear with what you are saying. Then vary the length of your sentences. Always in a conversation, if you are using, the sentences should vary, the length should vary. You should not make sentences of same length. It will be monotonous to hear. So your sentence must be varying. The length of the sentence should be varying. So there you can use different kinds of sentences, like the imperative sentence when you are commanding. Those can be used in a proper way. So vary the length of your sentence. Then use active speech. See, passive, it will be difficult for anybody to understand sometimes, but active speech is very commonly understood. Even those who don't know the language will understand the language if it is in active speech. So use active speech in your sentences, in your conversation. Use parallel structure. Okay, if this is not understood, you can use the other one, like subject, verb, object, or verb and object, or subject, verb, adverb. Use the parallel one. So this is important. So these are about the tips which I wanted to give to construct a meaningful sentence. If any word is given to you to frame a sentence, which is usually given in the examination, what will you do? So you should first make out what word it is. What does it mean? Is it a verb, a noun, or adverb, or an adjective? You have to think that and then frame a sentence, because every word in the sentence has got its own place. You cannot use them wherever you want. So you saw that subject, verb and adverb was the pattern. Subject, verb and adjective was the pattern. There we can't use adjective or adverb at the beginning and then add the subject and verb. So whenever you are using the sentences, please keep in mind that you have to use any one of these structures. That is subject, verb, object, or subject, verb, adverb, subject and verb, verb and object. These things you have to keep in your mind and only then frame the sentences. Then you will be successful in speaking a good English. Hope you will understand all these. So today we discussed about construction of sentences. We saw what is a sentence. A sentence is a meaningful sentence only if it is on the given context. Okay. Then we saw which are the patterns of English sentences, and then kinds of sentences, and finally tips were given to frame successful and meaningful sentences. Hope you enjoyed this session. Wishing you good luck. Thank you.